What up, everyone? In this video I want to talk about what happened at Kellie Leitch's constituency office last week on February 1st, and it's her Collingwood constituency office. Now, Kellie Leitch is currently running for the Conservative Party of Canada leadership. She is also an MP in that area, the MP for that area. Now, on the morning of February 1st, people got up, went to the office to find a banner to find essentially a bootleg protest sign that was stuck on the side of their office. The contents of this sign has thrown the right wing in Canada into a fervor, into throwing a hissy fit. Now, it's clear by what is shown on the sign that whoever put this up there is intending to protest Kellie Leitch's proposals to do further screening in the immigration process to find people that may hold what she calls anti-Canadian values. Now, at this point, we're not going to get into anti-Canadian values. What does that mean? That's a vague term, sure. What does it mean? Anti-Canadian values? Well, as per who? Which are just normal questions anybody should ask, even if you support that. But we're not going to get into that. The banner started by saying, this is what you get when you promote hate, or something along those lines. Then under that showed the names of the 6 people who died in earlier that week. There was an attack at a Quebec mosque, le Centre Culturel Islamique du Québec. 6 people were killed and around 19 were injured. Names of the 6 people that died were on this banner. And of course, under that, we have to get another person that uses that lame hashtag, not my insert random political office elected official title here. I'm sorry. I understand what you mean by not my insert random title there, but logistics, it doesn't make sense. I'm sorry. I know what you mean, but word it differently. So, as stated before, the right has been launched into this fervor, this anger, this righteous anger. They feel attacked. They feel victimized. They feel like this was a hate crime on themselves. Well, the office was clearly vandalized. That is vandalism. Somebody drives by your house and that's put right there. That puts you in some kind of danger. That defaces your property. That is vandalism. So, if anybody argues that it's not vandalism, I'm sorry, you're wrong. It is. Hate crime? I'm not entirely sure. And here's why. Kellie Leitch was not attacked based on the color of her skin, her race. She was not attacked on her gender. She was not attacked as being a woman, or for being a woman. This was purely an attack on her policies. So I'm not sure how this would be a hate crime. It's not race. It was an attack on her race. It wasn't an attack on her gender, and it wasn't an attack on her religion. So I'm not sure how that, again, I'm not sure how that qualifies as a hate crime. Maybe I'm wrong, but at this point, I'm skeptical. But there is something to say that her policy may be a little too hard line for a lot of people. And the Conservatives need to realize, if there is some good to come of it, maybe it can't be so hardline or put in such a way where it turns people off. Now, I'm not talking about coddling people. You don't necessarily have to coddle people. What I'm talking about, though, is you could present an idea that will make people uncomfortable, but you don't have to present it in such a hard, uncaring way. which is what I find a lot of times these ideas are presented in a way that's so soulless, uncaring. which rubs people the wrong way. Now on the left, you can't vandalize, you can't commit crimes. Sure, you can protest peacefully and not cause any public damage, sure, but don't vandalize. Like, when you do that, when you do anything that actually causes some damage, whether it ain't enough where somebody has to climb up and pull down a banner where the wall behind it might be just fine, there may be no damage, you won't have to pay anything to fix anything because there's no damage. People still feel that you made them waste time to clean up the mess you put on their property. That rubs people the wrong way too. It's more of this political nonsense where we have to keep fighting each other instead of actually coming together to come up with proper ideas that have been hashed out by people that have different opinions, so we can get an actual policy that isn't too hard-lined and uncaring, but isn't too soft and ineffective. And that's the problem with all this. Leitch also had a very good reaction, I found, when she did respond to the whole thing, where she did say that she respects that whoever did this has the right of free speech and free expression, and that she doesn't want to get in the way. And I understand that, and that is great. Whoever did this has the right to express themselves, has the right to express their opinions. However, that doesn't give them the right to vandalize private property. And that's about all I could say on that. Anyway, I appreciate you listening to this video, listening to my rant, watching the video. If you agree, disagree, or just want to continue the conversation, please consider subscribing. Also commenting. But anyway, thank you for watching. Have yourself a good day, and until next time.